Yo, what's good, Giants fans? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. And in today's show, we're going to go through some winners and losers following week one of the preseason where the Giants beat the Patriots. It's always good beating the Patriots. If you want to type F New England in the comments, I'm cool with that. But I think the biggest winner coming out of week one is Collin Johnson. If he wouldn't have fumbled, he might have been competing to get in more reps coming into week 2, week 3, and potentially securing that roster spot. I think he put his best foot forward. The fumble hurt him, but when you have 7 grabs for 82 yards, 11.5 yards per pop, it just seemed like everything was easy for Collin Johnson. He did have a drop. It was kind of a high throw by Tyrod Taylor. 6'6" Collin Johnson, I thought, should have made the play. Bounced off his hands, and Richie James fell underneath it. But Johnson just made easy grabs, got open, a lot of 8-yard out routes. He played well. Big target. I'd like to see him get more work with Daniel Jones come week 2. And when you look at the rest of this wide receiver depth chart, he's going to be fighting his tail off to make this roster because Slayton, Board, Richie James, David Sills, Collin Johnson are all going to be fighting for those final 2 or 3 spots. Who knows if the Giants will keep 6 receivers or 7, but it won't be more than that. And I think CJ Board is going to make this roster due to the special teams flexibility that he provides, returning punts, returning kicks, and being a punt gunner and a guy that plays kickoff return. So the spots on the wide receiver depth chart, especially the back end, are definitely going to have to be earned, and Collin Johnson did a good job by going out there against the Pats and making it known that he's a guy that can contribute on a team that needs help at wide receiver. I want to ask you guys to be the GM, though. Be the coach. Take the seat of Dabes and Shaney Boy. Will Collin Johnson make the roster? Do you think he makes the final 53-man roster? Type M for make, type C for cut. Let me know what you think. The biggest loser, in my opinion, coming out of the game, and he's not a loser, he just probably his stock went down after the game, and that's Aaron Robinson, the outside corner, number 33 for the New York Giants. He had a rough game and a really, really rough second drive of the game. He was targeted 5 times on one single drive. He was getting picked on by Matt Patricia and Brian Hoyer. He gave up a touchdown, and on that touchdown, he got called for a holding. He was also called for a taunting foul, which was honestly bullshit. Type BS in the chat, F the refs. But he just did the classic DB, not in my house, and crossed his arms and threw it out in the flat. The refs let the hankies go. He got burned a couple of times deep. He was in press man coverage, and he kind of lacked a little bit of foot speed. But when you look at this depth chart, he really is the only other outside corner on this team outside of Adoree Jackson. At this point, Adoree Jackson should not play another snap in preseason because if he gets hurt, this Giants defensive backroom, especially the corners, are going to be really, really bad. Jackson's really good, and we can't afford not to lose him. Holmes looked good. Aaron Robinson, I think, needs to play a little bit more in the preseason, get those reps, and kind of work out the kinks. Still a high potential player, but did not play good against the Pats. We're going to continue to update you guys every single day with the latest Giants news and rumors. And with the NFL season here, our coverage is about to catch on fire. We're going live on the channel, not once, but twice every single week. And on top of that, we're still going to get you guys 7 videos on demand. If you're looking for a Giants channel that puts out content every single day, we're your guys. Go down right now. Hit that big red button. Saquon Barkley is the picture on the screen, but all of the Giants running backs were winners. Sandro Platzgummer, Saquon Barkley, Antonio Williams, Gary Brightwell, and Jashaun Corbin all looked good. They split the carries pretty evenly. Antonio Williams had the highest workload, and they all contributed in the passing game as well. Had a couple catches. Saquon had a big catch on a 3rd down, was matched up one-on-one with the linebacker, and he beat him. Brightwell had a couple grabs. He did have a drop that was almost a pick. But I just love the ferocity and the energy and the way that Gary Brightwell and Antonio Williams ran downhill. They ran behind their pads. They fell forward. They ran hard. They ran through arm tackles. And Jashaun Corbin showed that nice quick twitch ability, the jump cut, the smooth athlete that we've talked about on this show. Barkley, Brightwell, Williams, and Corbin all looked really good in the first week of the preseason versus the Patriots. And for that reason, the running back position are winners. But not all of them are going to make the roster. And it's a good thing to have too many good players out of position. That's a problem a coach and a general manager dream of. The Giants, they have 4 really good running backs. 5 really good running backs once you include Matt Breida, who didn't even play last night. You got 5. These 3 guys, Barkley and Breida. But only 2 of these guys, I would say, make the roster. Let me know, who do you think gets cut? JC for Corbin, GB for Brightwell, or AW for Antonio Williams? A loser is Kenny Golladay. It's just, that you can hear it kind of in the tone of my voice. I'm just kind of over the Kenny Golladay experiment at this point. The drop he had on the first drive of the game where the Giants were on the 6-yard line and he ran a 5-yard dig route, and if he caught it, probably would have walked into the end zone. He was slow to get off his route. He was slow to get off the ball. He didn't look like he knew when he wanted to cut the route, and Jones put a ball right here on his back hip, and Golladay frickin' drops it. I've been begging and pleading on this show for Kenny Golladay to get red zone targets, and he gets one last night. And with the first game on the first drive of a new offense, and he drops the freaking football, I'm over the drops. It's inexcusable. The lack of effort, the lack of motivation. I don't really think he's a team guy. When the Giants got in a massive fight the other day, he walked the other way. I'm out on Kenny Golladay until he shows me he wants to be a New York Football Giant. He's a loser for last night, not a loser in real life, just a loser coming out of week 1 of the preseason. You can also catch more New York Giants Now videos over on Rumble, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. We're putting our videos over there as well. So if you're looking for a more edgy video platform service, watch us over on Rumble. And we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers over there. Give us a follow, rumble.com/NYGiantsTV. The last winner I have of today's show from week 1 is Darrian Beavers, the rookie inside linebacker out of Cincinnati, the Bearcat, that was selected in the 6th round. Beavers played really well. He was all over the field, missed a tackle on the first drive, but he was on the field, and he was all over it. He was athletic, made a couple good tackles, looked good in pass coverage, and he's trying to become that inside linebacker number 2 next to Blake Martinez. Wink Martindale said early last week that the inside linebacker room and the reps and the playing time were still up for competition. And Darrian Beavers saw that, and he took advantage. He played well. Micah McFadden played well as well. The 2 young rookie inside linebackers, this is a position group that I think has a question mark around it. But with what I saw from Beavers and McFadden last night, I'm a little bit more encouraged, and I'm excited to see what they do this upcoming season. Another winner, of course, is my guy Graham Gano. He's a winner because he hit the freaking game winner. Graham Gano is a freaking beast. Nailed a 24-yard game-winning kick. I think he's the second best kicker in the NFL behind Justin Tucker. I really do. He's clutch. He's cold-blooded. He's got balls of steel. He never gets phased. He's got ice in his veins. When Graham Gano goes out to kick the game-winning kick, I believe in him, and I want to start giving him a nickname. Cold-blooded Gano. Type it in the comment section right now. Show Graham Gano some love, the second best kicker behind Justin Tucker in the NFL. Spam it. Cold-blooded Gano in the comments section. Let's let the kicker feel some love. I want to say thank you to everybody that's made New York Giants Now a part of their day today. If you made it this far in the video, drop a real one in the comments section. Where are my real ones at? I know you guys are watching today's show because the real ones always step up to the plate and they finish the video. If you're a real one, let's do a real one roll call. Drop it in the comments right now.